All right, let's talk about Digimon Survive. I want to talk about what this game is and is it worth your time and money. So first of all, if you love Digimon, you have to go in just looking at the gameplay. Look at the content here. Just because it's Digimon does not automatically mean it's going to be great and you have to love it. You have to criticize the franchises you love. Otherwise, they're never going to get any better. If you just go in blindly because it's an IP that you love and adore, it's your childhood, you have to go in knowing this game's flaws. So, I love Digimon. The last game I played was the Digimon Cyber Sleuth game. It was the JRPG. The complete edition came out on Switch, and I beat that game, dude. I did like a full playthrough. It was amazing. A couple years later, this game came out, Digimon Survive. You know, when it was first announced, everyone was hyped. The name sounded so sick. Digimon Survive. Oh my god, what kind of game is this? And then they came out with even more like small snippets of gameplay. Wow, tactical RPG, grid-based combat. It's gonna be like Final Fantasy Tactics. And then they throw in this story mode. It's like, oh, what is this? Oh, it's a visual novel. Oh, okay, you know, whatever. It's gonna have a lot of combat too. If I were to give this game a legit, and by the way, the music in the background is part of the game's on in the background. I'll turn it down a little bit. But honestly, if I were to give a honest percentage of how much of the game is visual novel and how much is combat and gameplay, 80% visual novel, 20% combat and stuff. Now, some people might be totally fine with that. I, for one, wouldn't have minded that. I love some visual novels. I played through Danganronpa 1, I played through number 2, and we will be playing 3 very soon. But what that game did, with its pacing, and when things actually picked up, and when they decided to use voices, is way better than this game, unfortunately. Now, this game is very pretty to look at. They have some really cool character sprites. You know, even when they're just talking, the camera zooms in when it needs to and moves around. You are in a 3D environment looking first person for the most part, and you do look around. You know, the Digimon look cool. They even have a lot of really small details in the graphics, like, oh, when you're in a forest, there's trees. You can see some shadows on top of them, and, you know, lots of different shadings and stuff. So, very cool. Music is decent. The voices, well done voices, well done voice acting. It's only Japanese right now. I don't know if they're gonna have an English one later, but the main problem that I have with this game, I don't want to play it anymore. It's the dialogue, which is 80% of the game, is just useless. There are very, very small points in the game where things ramp up, things actually happen, and you are invested and you're hyped in what's going on and excited to play the game. Other times, it's, I am not exaggerating, 20 minutes to 40 minutes at a time of characters talking to each other and roundabout discussing things that you don't care about, that don't have any bearing on the story, and feels like fluff, but it's not even fun fluff. It's just stuff like, oh, are you okay? You guys sleepy? Let's go to sleep. But are we gonna go to sleep? Maybe. But the things happened today. I don't want to sleep. But what about over there? Gosh, I'm sure tired. I'm not even kidding. A lot of that. So I will say, if you are a huge crazy fan of Digimon, I will tell you the best way I feel like to play the game is, you don't want to spend all your time sitting there and waiting for the dialogue. Because I'm not gonna lie, the game has a lot. It has a lot of voice dialogue, which is great. However, because the written dialogue is so bad itself, it takes forever for them to get through anything at all. So, go into the options. Turn down the dialogue voice and skim read it. You are not going to miss anything. And then turn on the voices and slow it down when stuff actually starts to happen. But there is just way too much fluff. Way too much fluff. With that being said, the visual novel part sucks balls. How's the combat? Well, it is tactical turn-based, grid-based strategy. It's not bad here. It is not bad in this game. I feel like I would have loved to play this more, but I just don't want to sit through all that stuff, dude. I really don't. So how does it work? Well, so first of all, you have your set characters and you have your set starting Digimon. You have your main character, and you know he's the main character because he has goggles on. Very cool. But yeah, I don't want to spoil any of the story because this thing is really, really story heavy. Like lots of like spoilery notes. By the way, if you guys are interested, people came in the stream and they were talking about how long the game is, because right now I'm about 6 hours in, but I can't do anymore. They said, yeah, around 40 hours, but 100 if you want to 100% the game. How do you 100% the game? Multiple endings. I'll leave it at that. Multiple endings. That's how far as I'll say about that. But anyway, your main character starts with Agumon, and then the other main characters have their own ones. It's interesting because the choices that you make in the game, depending on like how you react to situations, actually changes the evolution tree that your Agumon has. So you can go like the vaccine route, the virus route, or the data route, and you go from there. You can also have different parts in the story where you talk to your friends and you agree with them, you disagree with them, you side with others, and then you start getting affinity with them. Now in combat, you have your main Digimon and then you have your friends Digimon. When you fight with them, depending on the affinity you have, you get different buffs. Like, oh, you end your turn, you get more HP, you get more SP. Maybe I'll help you do in a fight. I'll help you attack. There's a lot of stuff like that. So this is turn-based, and it's gonna go with speed. Everyone's gonna take turns, and you move depending on how much move they have. You attack with basic stuff that does use SP, and then you have your signature moves like Agumon's Pepper Breath, and then you attack with range VM, all that stuff. The sort of environments that you're fighting are pretty basic at the beginning, but then you start getting stuff like treasure chests you have to go grab. There's different elevations you have to do, and then you start to get more and more strategy as you go on, but it's very basic at the beginning. Later on, you get like evolutions and stuff, Digimon evolutions, and by the way, they don't stay Digivolved in this game. They actually made it so they go up and devolve between battle, and it acts as a sort of strategic movement. Think of it like going Super Saiyan, where you choose a specific point in the battle that you want to transform, and then you have to maintain that transformation using your SP every single turn, and then you go do that stuff. Besides that, every Digimon can equip different items that give them moves, give them passives. You can Digivolve to different trees with the free Digimon that you get. And by the way, the way to recruit Digimon, it's kind of cool. You actually go talk to them in free battles or anything like that, random battles, and then you talk to them. Think like Shin Megami Tensei / Persona. They're going to ask you some questions, and depending on the Digimon's personality, you have to kind of agree with them, tell them what they want to hear, and then they'll join you. Other than that, you can have them give you items too, so there's ways to do that. So the strategic here, the strategic battle thing is pretty fun. It's just you have to slog through a lot. And sorry if I'm like hating on the game too much, but I really want to give you guys an honest review of what I think about the game. I don't think this they should have went this route for the first Digimon game to come out in a very long time. Like a big one that they pushed a lot. Would it have been a little too safe to go like the Cyber Sleuth route and do a straight JRPG? Yes, but at the same time, I feel like that would have been more receptive than this, because having it be just a visual novel with some strategy RPG, first of all, those two genres are very niche in general. Not many people play visual novels, and even less play strategy. Though strategy is an amazing, great, genre. Mostly it's like action stuff. But here, those two together, and with the visual novel aspect being a weak point, unfortunately, it's a weak point, it's meh. Not saying the story is bad, but the pacing itself, the way that it's implemented, it is terrible. I think that's all I want to say about Digimon Survive. Pick it up if you want. If you had the special edition, you get Guilmon and using all that stuff. But honestly, this is a game that you don't want to stream. If you do, you're going to have like so much patience. You're going to have a lot of patience playing this. But honestly, like I mentioned, the best way to play it, if you do want to go through it, you're a Digimon fanatic, and no matter what you want to play Digimon, turn off the dialogue. Skim through all the fluff. Read it, but skim through it. And then turn it back on during the heavy segments, and that's the best way to play it. Other than that, F it. So I'm going to end it here. If you guys enjoy, leave a like. It helps a lot. If you haven't already subbed for daily videos, if you want to see the playthrough, I will be uploading everything I did I did record on the Let's Play channel. And yeah, come by Twitch where I streamed all of it, and we'll do more stuff like that. So thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think down below, because I know just with the first minute of the video and with the title, I'm gonna do like some thumbnail that's gonna say I don't like it so much. I know I'm gonna piss a lot of people off, but let me know. Maybe 40 hours in, the game's crazy. I know, guys, but if I'm not sold, 6 hours in, there's other games I gotta be playing. I gotta spend my time playing other games I want. But I'm letting you guys know this is my experience. This is how it is. Because honestly, you're gonna be spending money on this. Not everyone has, you know, infinite money to buy games. So that's it for me. Let me know what you guys think. For those of you who have played it, or for those who have not, maybe you've seen other reviews, and maybe I'm just completely wrong. But hey, that's what opinions are, aren't they? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.